Hello and welcome to No Rest for the Weekend, where we go behind the scenes and talk to the creators of independent entertainment. I'm Jason Godbey, and if you've been following the show, you know we've been to a number of film festivals this year, all around the New York City area. One such film festival was the Hip Hop Film Festival, which took place this summer up in Harlem, the Harlem section of Manhattan. Our own Ashley Carrizo was there opening night, where she had the chance to chat with Academy Award nominee Kimberly Roberts about her latest film, Fear No Gumbo.
So Kimberly, can you tell us a little bit about your current documentary that's going to be premiering this weekend?
Yes, Fear No Gumbo is the follow-up story to my documentary Trouble the Water, which was Academy Award nominated and also a Sundance winner. It's a film that talks about a lady who comes back from the Academy Awards to help rebuild her community and make it a better place, using her platform to do that for her daughter. She's making it a better place for her daughter to live. But it's a documentary, so it kind of follows me for like 4 years. You know, the Ninth Ward was the hardest hit area during Katrina, and the community has not rebuilt, and she's wanted her community rebuilt, so she kind of just did this film about the community and hoping to bring awareness so the community could come back.
That's amazing. And did you always have this vision to have both documentaries, or it's like you did one and then you got the idea for the second?
Well, my friend Cindy Denny came to me and said, "Quinn, you got to do a documentary." I'm like, "I don't want to do no more documentaries. I'm a rap artist because I'm a rapper, right?" So she's like, "No, Quinn, you got to do this documentary." So her and I sat down, we talked about it, and it was no other way I felt that I can be effective in bringing the change that my community needed than doing a film about it to raise awareness about the injustice and how the Lower Ninth Ward is the only community on the Gulf Coast that didn't recover from Hurricane Katrina. And the Ninth Ward is dear to me, and New Orleans is dear to a lot of people. So that was my tool to help in the recovery, was to do a film. And then the story is historical. I mean, the city of New Orleans is historical. The recovery is historical. You know, when you think about Puerto Rico and what happened in Texas during the past Hurricane Harvey, and then you look at New Orleans, I mean, we as Americans, we have to wake up to disaster recovery and understand that a lot of the communities are not being rebuilt. And after big disasters, and Fear No Gumbo kind of embodied that story. About how, like, after Katrina, folks were coming in, just siping out the culture and not rebuilding, providing false hope for the community, and it just was a lot of unfair things. Yet the community thrived, and the spirit of New Orleans is what brings folks to New Orleans, and the people are so resilient, and it just was something to highlight and really show the world. But still asking folks to come to the communities and help rebuild the Lower Ninth Ward, because that community deserves to be rebuilt.
New Orleans is all about its community, most definitely. I can't wait to see it.
Fear No Gumbo went on to win Best Documentary at the Hip Hop Film Festival, so be on the lookout for that film. Ashley also had a chance to talk to the creators behind For the Love of Musiq, which won Best in Fest, author Ty Powell and writer-director Chad Quinn.
I'm here with the writer and the director of For the Love of Musiq. I have Ty Powell and Chad Quinn. How excited are you guys to be here at the Hip Hop Film Festival tonight?
Very excited. It's surreal.
It's surreal.
It's surreal.
And what about you, Chad?
I mean, the same here. Her smile says it all, so we're just happy to be here, and welcome back again.
Amazing. We're so glad to have you back again. And can you give us a little bit about the inspiration for the story?
I'm the writer and director, but she is the original writer. The inspiration is from her book, For the Love of Musiq. She gave it to me, and it just spoke. It's her life story, her real life story, is not fiction, about growing up in the crack epidemic in the 80s. I want you to really go ahead and talk about that, though.
Okay, so I grew up as a ward of the court of New York City. That means New York City was my mother and my father. No parents, no grandparents, no siblings. So I took the times in my life that I wanted to give up, and I put it inside of a book, along with one of the best times in my life, just to show people that life goes on and it gets better. I worked the first inaugural ball for President Obama, and I felt like if I put that situation inside of a book and I let people who are going through the things that I went through read this, then they would be inspired to keep going through whatever it is that they're going through.
So whose idea was it to create the film? Was it all you, Chad, to basically bring her book alive and bring this vision to life?
It was myself, as well as my partner Omar Salgado. Ty told me to read the book. She didn't tell me what she wanted me to do with the book. As soon as I read, I said, "Oh, we got to make a movie." Because of the content, a lot of times you don't see it from a cinematic standpoint. So we wanted to tell this a visual story so people will really understand and have that platform for it.
So Ty, tell me, what did it feel like to see your book and your life basically come to life on film?
It feels good. It feels good. To know that I'm actually doing the work that I'm supposed to do, inspiring people, that feels good. No, not all the experiences are good, but to know that other people know not to give up and want to do more, it warms my heart.
And now joining us here in the Rabbit Hole studio, Ashley Carrizo. Welcome, Ashley.
Thanks. It's nice to be here.
Thanks for coming. How do you feel first time schlepping to Brooklyn to be in the Rabbit Hole studio?
It's awesome. This is so wild. I love it.
Yeah, thanks for coming and thanks for covering a hip hop film festival with us. It was a long opening day. There we did a lot of interviews. There was about, what did we do, like 20 something interviews?
Oh my
I think
gosh, I lost count.
we
We
lost
had
count
so
after a
many.
while. It was a lot of interviews.
It was good though. We got a lot of intel from everybody.
Yeah, we
which
got a
was
lot
great.
of great stuff, a lot of great people there. Everybody seemed really welcoming and really cool. And the festival organizers, CR, who runs it, is wonderful.
So
and
sweet.
yeah, really great group of people and very welcoming to us and our crew. So let me ask, what were your overall impressions of the film festival?
I loved it. I mean, it's very new, which was great. So there was a lot of diversity there. So it wasn't just films. It was feature films, shorts, even music videos. I think Third Twin was one of the first people that we met for that music video. So he was really great. And people traveled from all over, which was awesome.
Yeah, it was an international. We had somebody, I think, from Portugal
Yep.
came in with her film. We had someone from Florida who was talking about the Miami hip-hop scene. Trebadass.
Trebadass.
Best name ever. Was talking about her film, which is all about the Miami hip-hop scene. We had people from Seattle.
Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the two?
Yeah,
The
there was two guys.
artists
There
from
was
Oregon?
there were like 4 people from Oregon there.
Wild.
Which who knew? But like also according to my friend Hernan, they have great tacos up in the Great Northwest.
Yeah.
Best tacos he's ever had are in Seattle. He told me. I don't know how that's possible, given that Southern California is right down the way there. But yeah, it was a really great, diverse group of people. With all the different people that we talked to, what were kind of the films that got your attention? We didn't really get to see the films because we were
Right.
too busy. We're in
Talking it up.
the side room next to the National Black Theater, where we were interviewing people. But what were the films that stood out that made you say, "Oh, I should go see that," or "I want to see that," kind of thing?
Definitely For the Love of Musiq and Fear No Gumbo. So that was with Kimberly and then also with Ty and Chad. So Ty and Chad both did For the Love of Musiq. They were really awesome. It told Ty's story from the book that she originally wrote, and she got really emotional in that interview. So that was really, really heartwarming in a sense because it was like her story was being told, and Chad did a great job directing that, and the actors and actresses were great. And then we also had Kimberly, who wanted to shed light on New Orleans and the disasters that happened there. So that was really great too. They both really had their purpose, and they totally succeeded with it.
Yeah, I thought they, of course, they both won awards, and I think they'll continue to do that. Something like Fear No Gumbo, which best title ever,
Right?
Great title. I was almost. I regret not having thought of that title for a project myself.
Catches your attention.
But yeah, Kimberly was great. She's also apparently a hip hop artist. She's a rap artist.
Yeah, she came out with that too. I was
Which
like, what?
I didn't even know that. And for her previous film, which was called Trouble the Water, that was nominated for an Academy Award.
Yep.
So who knows if she gets into Academy Award qualifying film festivals this go around, will she be nominated again for next year?
I'm sure she will.
Which, and she's doing it for, like she said in the interview, she's doing it for a purpose to call attention to communities that haven't been rebuilt, which, it's been a while now that since Hurricane Katrina. And I mean, that was happening before. I was down there in 2009. I was in New Orleans, and there was still damage from then, from the big storm. And to think that it's not even being done now, this is 10 years later.
Right.
It's a problem, and I'm glad she's calling attention to it. And for the Love of Music, I didn't get a chance to see the film, but I did see the trailer. The trailer looked really great. I'm actually going back and forth with Chad to try to get him on the show.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be great to have him. He's just got a crazy schedule, and he's all over the place with the film. So we're going to try and have him here. I'm also in touch with CR's people at the fest to try to get her on the show and discuss. I went to a press event before the film festival. They had like a press event where they kind of welcomed all the press and thanked us for covering it, which was really nice. And they did an interview with 1010 Wins Radio, where they interviewed a couple of people that had films there, which was great. And but right now it's like the aftermath, everything. They're packing up they're done with the film festival. They don't have to worry about the next one for a while. So hopefully I'll get some people on the show and we can talk to them about. CR describes the festival as the future of fresh. And, not being a hip-hop aficionado, I don't know what the hell that means, so I want to ask her about that.
Yeah, please ask her, let me know.
Because that's, fresh is like old school 80s hip-hop term. And like if you're my age or older, you kind of know, you're aware of that. So I'm trying to figure out what the future of that is, considering it's sort of a past word. But because to me, fresh is like Run DMC, and like old school hip hop. But it should be interesting. I'd love to get her on the show. So CR, if you're listening, let's get in touch. Let's get you on a program.
CR, get in touch. Come to the rabbit hole.
And they had a number of award winners there. Like they did a lot of awards, which I think is good for a new festival, because if you're entering a film festival, what do you want to get? You want to get those I got accepted laurels on your poster, and you also want to get some kind of an award. So, can you give us a taste of some of the other award winners there?
Yeah, totally. So we had the best feature, which was La Vie Magnifique de Charlie. I hope I said that with a really good accent. And that was by Bobby Hutley. And Bobby Hutley also directed Nana Roxy's Revenge. So I actually got the opportunity to interview two main actors from Nana's Roxy Revenge, which was LJ Scott and Frank Fawcett. And do you remember how crazy they were?
Oh, those guys were great. They were really funny. And I saw the trailer for Nana Roxy's too, and that is a crazy movie.
Yeah.
It's like a hip-hop grandma story.
That's what LJ was saying.
Yeah, and I think LJ plays one of the grandkids, and Frank plays a DJ. You can check out that interview, by the way. It's on our Facebook and YouTube pages. In fact, all of the interviews that Ashley did are there. You can go to facebook.com/Behind the Rabbit Productions, or you can find them on YouTube. It's a playlist up there, youtube.com/Get Behind the Rabbit. All the interviews are there, and we did a bunch of them. There must be like 20 interviews there. But yeah, they even plugged the director Bobby Hutley and said that
they brought it up.
Yeah, they were like, you got to check this guy out, and I believe his information, they give you where to check Bobby Hutley's work out on that interview if you're interested in looking at that. What other award winners do we have?
Yep, so we had Best Short, which was Blue Diamonds, Best Web Series, Supa Supa, and Best Music Video Dum Dum. All the other award winners are listed on the Hip Hop Film Festival website, which was www.hiphopfilmfestival.org. But what was really cool is even in those winners for the short, the web series, the music video, where else do you go to a film festival and they have all those options? I
mean, some of them do. It's in film festivals that are getting more diverse and including things like web series. I think less are including music video. But if you're going to call yourself the Hip Hop Film Festival, how do you not have music videos in your festival? And there were a lot of those there. I noticed one that stood out to me. A couple of guys that we talked to, and the interview is online, was New York to Conakry, where the filmmakers went to Conakry, which is in Africa. It's a city in Africa, and they studied a dance group there, which seemed really cool. And they also shot a music video there. But good on them for schlepping to Africa.
Seriously.
And doing
And they did two.
Yeah,
Like,
they had a
like
they had a
double.
music video in the fest and the documentary.
Yep.
And then we saw a lot of music video. Jahan Nostra had a music video, which I think he also directed
Yep.
in the festival. So if you're a hip hop artist and you're in that vein, or you're making a film that's sort of got a hip hop theme or hip hop lifestyle, or kind of anything in relation to it, because it's very encompassing. It's like hip hop music. It encompasses a lot of different styles.
Yeah, there's a lot of options.
And I think that they had a really nice mix of different projects there, and even new filmmakers, like people who had just made, their first feature or their first short.
Yeah.
They included a lot. So, would you recommend this film festival for people interested in this type of thing?
Oh, totally. Without a doubt. Go, because even if you don't, of course, submit to it and get your work out there, because they have so many options for you. And they really were great to work with. So they were a really great group of people just running it alone. And then just to see it and see all the diversity and all the different films everybody has.
Yeah, I thought they had a really great mix. And, that's a kind of thing, too, like for new, if you're a new filmmaker, or if you don't have a lot out there and you've just done your first short, your first feature, and you're looking and you're trying to develop your strategy as to where do I send this thing,
Right.
go to some new festivals. They're usually really hungry for material, and chances are you'll get accepted.
Mm-hmm.
And with these guys, I do think it was curated well in terms of the different types of projects they had, and they all seem to fit the theme, which I thought was cool.
Yeah,
so
they did.
Yeah, they probably do have like a specific criteria that when you submit, you want to be in this vein.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, I thought nice fest. I think it's going to get bigger and bigger, and you could kind of see the growing pains a little bit there. But
Right.
I think because they weren't like when we did Soho. Soho has been around for like 9 years, and that was a bit more polished.
Yeah.
But I think this one will get better and better every year, and that's what you want to look for, because it's going to grow, and it's going to grow in popularity, hopefully. And if your film gets in there, somebody will see it. So we're going to wrap up in a little bit here, but Ashley, what do you got going on? Do you have any upcoming projects that we should know about?
You could catch me on TV soon
Oh, cool.
on Freeform. I'll be on the commercial. I'll be dressed as a witch.
Okay, cool.
So it won't be hard to find me. I'll be the green witch.
Where can people find you on the web?
It's ashleycarrizo.com. So it's ASHLEYCARRIZO.com.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming, and thank you out there for joining us once again. For more episodes of No Rest of the Weekend, you can always find them on our website, btrp.nyc. You can also find us on all the major podcast channels: Anchor, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, etc., etc., etc. All the fun places you listen to podcasts. Once again, I'd like to thank Ashley Carrizo for coming on and co-hosting this episode with me.
Thank you.
And for covering, making the schlep to Harlem and covering the film festival with us. That was so much fun. And, if you like this content, please let us know. You can, like, share, subscribe, rate, all that kind of stuff. But you can also add us on Twitter at BTR Productions and say, hey, digging the film festival stuff. If you have suggestions for other film festivals that we should go to in the coming year, let us know. We'll try to get out to them. More than likely, it'll be the ones in the New York City area that we can get to.
You don't want to go to Florida?
I would love to go to Florida, but this is not a full-time job. So
Seattle?
yeah, all of the above. Just somebody give me a budget to do it, and I'll be happy to fly. But anyway, for Behind the Rabbit Productions, I'm Jason Godbey. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.